guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. Today is Top 5 Wednesday. This was originally created by Lainey over at Ginger Reads Lainey, and I will link to her channel in the description bar. Also, I will be linking to the group for the rest of the Top 5 Wednesdayers, so please go visit all of them. This week's Top 5 Wednesday is on Top 5 Favorite Quotes, and I think I've got some pretty good ones. It was not easy by any means to find these. I don't generally mark in the books. I usually write them down or I post them in our group because we have a specific thread for favorite quotes and passages. Let's just get started. So the first one I'm going to start with is Stephen King's 4 Past Midnight. The quote that I'm going to read to you in here is not by Stephen King, but it was on the first page of the book, which is what made me start reading it because I love horror. You guys should know that by now if you've been watching my videos. Okay, so it is, "In the desert I saw a creature, naked, bestial, who, squatting upon the ground, held his heart in his hands and ate of it. I said, 'Is it good, friend?' 'It is bitter.' 'Bitter,' he answered, 'but I like it because it's bitter, and because it is my heart.'" And that is by Stephen Crane, and that is what made me pick up this book and start reading it. I've had the book for a while, and actually, one of my favorite stories is in here, and it's The Langoliers, and it was actually a made-for-TV movie. So, that's number 5. Coming in at number 4 is also Stephen King, The Song of Susannah. This quote is very small, but it says so much. "She brought grace to my life." And he was talking about Susannah, and that describes Susannah so well. She is that person who can make you a better person just by knowing who she is. And she was one of my favorite characters in the Dark Tower series. And that quote just says it all. Coming in at number 3 is Impulse by Ellen Hopkins. Y'all should know, watching my videos, that I am a huge fan of Ellen Hopkins. She is a poet by nature, and she also writes her books in verse. And the quote is, "He's a bright planet in the dark morning sky of my existence. Somehow, seeing him, even with his varied flaws, buoys me with hope. I am better for knowing him." So that says a lot too. I just love her style of writing and how poetic she really is when she's writing. She makes you feel everything that you could possibly feel. Coming in at number 2 is From Fire and Ash by Jonathan Mayberry. I've been on a Jonathan Mayberry kick. I love him, love him, love him. And I want to read everything he has out there. So the quote from this one is, "All I got left is one slim chance that the world isn't totally broken. That's what keeps me going, and that's why I won't lay down my arms." This is my favorite book out of the 4. This is the last one, and I love the characters in this book so much. I love watching them grow through the series. It's just phenomenal. And Jonathan Mayberry is just a phenomenal writer. And I got a little bit of a surprise. He sent me a friend request on Goodreads, and I, of course, accepted it. And then he came to our group and joined it. And he came in to say hello to everybody, thanks to my friend Veronica. She had caught him on Twitter, and he said he wants a link to our group so that he can come and say hello. So that was a really nice surprise, and that was really nice of Veronica to get that set up. And coming in at number 1 is From Assassin's Code, also by Jonathan Mayberry. I always joke around saying Joe is my fictional boyfriend, and he is phenomenal. And this quote is about him, not from him. And I actually marked this one. Okay. This is actually coming from a sniper or a hit woman as she watches Joe. "Ledger reached out and pulled his dog toward him, wrapping his arms around the animal and laying his head on the dog's shoulder. What an odd thing for a man like him to do, she thought. A strangely human act, totally at odds with things Oracle was saying. That he was emotionally fractured, that he was utterly ruthless in a fight, that he had killed people with guns, knives, explosives, his hands. However, the way he held his dog and stroked the animal's fur and spoke to it, even though she could not hear his words, made her smile." And that says a lot about Joe. That, he is a fractured soul. And I don't want to say too much, but he's one of those flawed characters that makes mistakes and learns from those mistakes, and others could see it as I see it when I'm reading it. And I just absolutely love Joe Ledger and what the author wrote about him in that quote. I think it's fantastic. I will actually be doing a series review coming up next month, so stay tuned for that. Please make sure you go and visit the other Wednesdayers by clicking on the group link, and we'll see you again in the next video. Bye, guys.